Well, shit. I was not expecting an update to be showing up here. Anyway, we're going to ignore the update for now, because guess what? That's right. It's another time for I'm sick as fuck. Let's do the Odyssey. We will, however, read over these notes just briefly. Blastopolis returns, new advanced map, new quests, balance changes, quality of life improvements, trophy store, blah 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 blah. Okay, nothing crazy. You know what? I might just give this update a bit of a skip, because honestly, I don't really care about most of that stuff. Especially not the boss fight. Right, from island to island, why vacation at one island when you could go to multiple ones? Okay, fair enough. I like all of these maps. Well, you and you I've got a bit of beef with, but you're not the worst maps in the world. Anyway, what have we got? Hard deflation, 30 to 60, with only 10,000 cash. That's interesting. Hard standard, 1 to 65, everything is camo. Polyphemus, hard standard, 1 to 70. Removal cost rate has been disabled. So I'm guessing you can't use the eyeball at all. Luminous Cove, hard ABR 10 to 80. And finally, hard impoppable off the coast. Least tiers 80, which is still pretty generous, to be honest. 50 to 100, 50,000 to start. That, I'm not really liking the fact that Ninja Kiwi seems to be slipping in around 100 quite a lot in these Odysseys. Feels like they're just going to slowly ramp it up until it's eventually as fucking insane as the boss fights. Anyway, let's see what we got to work with. Everything under the sun, by the looks. Interesting. What towers do we have? Interesting. Well, we've got wizards and a spactory, so I'm pretty happy with that. We've even got banana farms. Banana farms are actually great. Deflation, it won't do much for us, but it's on one of the easiest maps, so the rest of these we can farm on. And we gotta remember all camo on Lotus Island. So how many of these can we bring? 5? I say we bring 5, why not? 5 wizards? I say we bring 5. 5 spactories? Definitely not bringing 5. There's a lot of water, so I think we can utilize that. Some early game stuff. Maybe not that many subs then. Yeah? Am I happy with that? To be honest, I won't use 5 wizards. I was just sort of grabbing the amount that I wanted, rather than I needed. Am I happy with all of that? I believe so. Can I beat Off the Coast Impoppable around 100 with that? Yeah. Yeah, that should be pretty chill. Yeah, for sure. Alright. Who's our hero? I do like Oben with the innate, you know, lead poppin' power. But, if we're gonna be honest, shit camo detection, especially when there's no druids on the playing field. So, I'm thinking Sorta would be pretty solid for early game. Camo detection is fire. Deflation would be amazing in that little circle. Little square of squares. So I'm thinking Sorta's the one. I am tempted by Ben though. Benjamin could be in the house. Okay, I'm gonna go with Sorta. It is close to being Ben though. Very close. Let's do this. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay, good. Always good to check. When I'm sick, I've typically got a bit of a fogged mind. So it's good to be sure. I'm thinking this just does the job, eh? I mean, we're allowed to put more, so I'm gonna put more, but... yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually pleased as punch with that. Let's do it. This is gonna kick ass and take names, and it's finished taking names, so... but yes! Welcome to my life. I'm sick. I got sick on the weekend, because last week my mum was sick. And she's like, oh, I think I had what you had that one time. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you remember that one time where you lost your voice? And I was like, I remember that, yeah. She was like, yeah, I think I've got that. I'm like, okay. She said it in a really accusatory way, too. And I'm just like, right, well, I had that months ago. I don't think I've passed that on to you and then just gone, hey, real quick, let it sit. Just kick in like a month's time or something. You know? And also, it's not that, because I do have my voice, it's just not a very great one. It's a bit nasally, it's got, you know, phlegm in the back of the throat, you know, it's pretty horrible. But, it's not like my voice has disappeared. Anyway, so last week she had that. On the weekend, she got me to do so many little jobs for her here and there, and honestly, I should have been smarter about it. I should have just been like, fuck no, I'll do it later, it's not important, you're sick as fuck, I don't want to get sick as fuck. Either recruit someone else into your disease-filled brigade, or I'll do it for you when you're not sick. But my dumbass was just like, sure, I can do that for you. And then, you know, fucking tiny-ass rooms where we both need to be there to talk something out and build something, or put something together, or move something around, and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, why does my throat feel sore? Anyway, I rocked up to work on Monday just being like, yeah, I've got a bit of a sore throat, but that's all, so I'm good to go. And then on Tuesday I was like, wow, my sore throat has sort of turned into some sniffling and some sneezing and some coughing and my sore throat as well. And so then I was just like, look, I'm not going to be able to come into work on Wednesday. And they were just like, oh yeah, that's all good, well, I hope you feel better soon, right? Now, the bullshit policy at my workplace, and honestly, I think this whole system's a bit bullshit, to be honest with you. But the bullshit policy at my workplace is if you have 2 sick days in a row, doesn't matter if it's, you know, fucking Friday one week and Monday the next week, that still counts as in a row, because they're just working days, they don't consider the weekend to exist. If you have 2 sick days in a row, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, whatever, you have to then seek out a medical professional and get a medical certificate from them saying, you know, oh, they were sick from this day till this day. Obviously, they're able to, you know, go back to work now because they're feeling better or some bullshit. I've got a lot of issues with that fucking system. So let's start at the top. Number 1, 2 days. Really makes me think I'm not trusted. If they go, huh, sick for the 2nd day? Everybody normally gets cleared of sickness after the 1st. What the fuck? You're probably lying to me. Get a medical certificate. Like, it really feels like there's just no fucking trust there. Rather than seeing it as like a, oh, well maybe you should get checked out by a doctor. No, you don't. Absolutely not. You know how many people actually go to the doctor if they've got a flu? I bet it's very fucking low percentage, because they'll go, oh, it's just a flu? I'll wait it out. Have some Lemsip, get some fucking blankets, cozy up, noodle soup, watch a movie, bang! Give it a week, done. Sorted. Back to work. Right? Could you imagine if every time anyone felt like they were getting sick, or that they were sniffling a little too much, they were just like, right, need to see a doctor. Screw these people with cancer and fucking brain tumors and shit. Nah. Out of the way, I have the sniffles. And then the doctor goes, yeah, rest at home, you'll be fine. That's some bullshit. Anyway, so I've managed to weasel my way around this because I took Wednesday off. I went to work today, sick as fuck, probably spread it around the place. But to be fair, I gave everyone fair warning. I was like, hey, they were like, how are you doing? I'm like, not good. I am sick. And they were like, oh. And I was like, yeah, stay away if you don't want to be sick. And they're like, oh, okay. Anyway, my fucking dumbass friends still stayed by me. And I'm just like, well, if next week all the senior associates and up just suddenly fucking aren't working, then I'm officially saying that one's not on me. But anyway, so I strategically took Wednesday off so that I could work Thursday, which is our shortest day of the week, and then potentially, if I still feel like absolute fucking garbage, which I do, I could then take Friday off, giving me the weekend to recover plus Friday, so that I can come back on Monday, still feel like shit probably, because it usually takes me around a week to get over it, but then I've got Tuesday off again. So I feel like that should be enough time for me to fully get back on my feet and feel like myself again. So that's how I've planned to get around the whole 2 days sick in a row thing. I barely made it through today, if I'm honest with you. Everything was going fine up until the point where I needed to sneeze. Now, I work in a factory where you need to prevent the spread of fucking everything. I'm not saying I work in, you know, like a hospital or anything like that. Fuck no. But I work with food, and typically food is not something you want to contaminate, especially when you're giving it to others. So, everything was going fine up until I got the urge to sneeze. I never realized that the longer you suppressed the urge to sneeze, the harder it is to continue suppressing it. I don't know if many people do suppress their sneezes for any or whatever reason. I know some people just do it the second that they feel it coming and then just fucking bang, gone, done, you know? But when I'm sick, typically one sneeze is followed by many more. And, you know, working around food, I don't have many directions that I can point my face to fucking avoid spraying shit everywhere. And if you've watched that Mythbusters episode, you've seen how far a single fucking sneeze can just shoot spit and saliva and mucus and all that good jazz, right? So, I managed to hold it in for the duration of working in production. And once we had finished the day, and I just had some computer work to do, I just could not fucking concentrate on anything because of how desperately I was trying to hold back a fucking sneeze. And then I was just like, wait a minute, I'm just doing computer work. I'm working on my own at a specific laptop in the office with like fuck all people here. Number one, I don't work with these fuckos, so they don't know what my job is at the moment to do on the computer or how long it's going to take me. And so I'm just thinking to myself like, right, well, I'm going to have a toilet break. Go to the toilet, didn't use it at all. I just fucking, words. I just stood in the fucking bathroom stall, grabbing wads of toilet paper, and I just fucking sneezed, and then sneezed, and then sneezed, and then sneezed, and then sneezed. And I was like, okay, this is great and all. I'm feeling better from doing all of this, and it's getting the junk out of my fucking system, which is great, right? However, I do need to get back to work and finish that shit, so I was simultaneously trying to sneeze and get it out, but then also being like, alright, can I hold it back now? Is it, have I reset, you know? Am I back to factory settings? Can I just fucking get on with this shit and then come back? I don't know how I made it through today, to be honest. But yes, now I can call in sick tomorrow. I was originally, you know, against it, to be honest with you, because tomorrow is our busiest fucking day, as I'm sure I've mentioned that many times. And so I did kind of feel bad for the people that I'd be leaving behind, essentially, because it would be one of my best friends at work, and then one of my friends, you know? But I still care about them both, and I still wouldn't want to fucking throw them under the bus. But at this point, it's after working today, I think I don't care anymore. I think I absolutely don't care anymore, because my best friend probably already forgiven me. Doesn't even expect me to come in tomorrow. The other one, is probably on the fence, just being like, please don't call in sick, please don't call in sick, please don't. Ah, fuck, he called in sick. You know, that's going to be their response. But to be honest, I think I'm at the point where I don't care anymore because I'm sick. I have no obligation to not call in sick. You know, it's not like I'll get fucking demoted or something if I do. So I don't give a fuck. They're gonna have to do a little something called coping. They're gonna have to snort a little bit of that copium and just put up with it. Anyway, that's my day. Oh, by the way, allow me to rant a little bit more. Ah, you guys know I love using Odysseys just to rant about shit. Medical certificates in general, right? Workplaces use it as like a fucking guideline or whatever, just being like, oh yes, as long as the medical professional signs you off, then, you know, you're all good in our books to come back to work and start working again. First of all, fuck that shit. If you have an injury, like if you've fucking snapped an ankle, or kicked something and broken a fucking toe, or fallen over and squished your own arm and broken it, I've done that myself personally, wouldn't recommend it, then yeah, of course, go see a fucking medical professional. Don't come back until they say you're good to work. You know? Stupid as fuck if you break something or you badly injure yourself. But if you've got the fucking sniffles, I expect you to maybe be gone a week and then come back, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that expectation. And I definitely don't think you need to go to a doctor, get them to sign a form saying, yes, this person is definitely sick and they will probably be back by this time. Because you know why that's so bullshit? It costs fucking money. It costs you money to go back to the job where you're earning money. That's some hot trash. Also, and I've confirmed with a medical professional about this, admittedly, slightly biased because it is my partner, but at the same time, she's got an inside scoop on the whole situation. So, if anything, I feel like it's a better opinion than most. She's said multiple times that every time someone comes in asking for a fucking medical certificate or some shit because workplace needs it for health and safety or some garbage, I don't know why they need it, to be honest with you. But it's literally just like a form signed, right? So honestly shouldn't take that long, but you can only book in for like 10 to 15 minute blocks of the doctor's time. And so if you come in and say, hey, I need a form to say that I'm all good to work, the doctor goes, signed, done, they're just fucking twiddling their thumbs for the next 9 minutes waiting for the next patient because, you know, they've got specific time blocks to deal with. So not only is it a waste of the fucking person's time who's just been sick for a couple of days, it's a waste of the fucking doctor's time that has to deal with that shit and go, oh my fucking god, well, I'm not going to see any actual patients today because everybody clocked in under the I'm needing a medical certificate for work-related reasons. It's bullshit. It's a waste of everyone's time. I think there should just be a global form written by fucking someone, right? They should be spread out in all pharmacies, doctor's offices, fucking 7-Elevens, I don't know. News agencies, maybe. And just like, you just go in with that form, get anyone, like a fucking GP, pharmacist, that's the word, right? Pharmacist, fucking gynecologist, I don't care. Just go in, say, hey, sign this. They do, and then you fuck off. You write, I'm sick for this amount of time, blah, 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 blah. And then you hand it into your workplace, and then that's done. No bullshit about booking a session. No bullshit about paying money, because that's some hot garbage. Because if you actually go in person to book a session, then that shit's gonna cost you like more than $50, which sucks. You can get forms online, but from the forms that I've seen that are sort of cheap alternatives, they only cover you for like a day or two. So if you're sick for a week, it doesn't cover you for that whole time block, and depending on how stingy your workplace is, they might tell you to fuck off and make sure you get a certificate that covers the whole time block. So you can either pay 20 bucks online to cover part of your sickness, or you go in person to pay like triple that amount to cover your whole sickness, waste your time and the doctor's time, and then come back to work being like, hi, I'm ready to earn money again because I spent a bunch just coming back here. It's some garbage, man. It's some fucking garbage. Anyway, it looks like we won though, so that's always good. Anyway, my apologies about ranting for that, but every time I get sick I feel the need to bring it up. There's definitely a better system that needs to be put in place for that shit. If you figure that out and you implement it, you're gonna be a fucking millionaire, buddy. So long as you patent and trademark it and all that jazz. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. Part 1 of From Island to Island is done. Part 2 will feature these 3 maps tomorrow. I'm still probably going to sound a little bit blocked up, a little bit nasally, but hey, I'm hoping to get better by the weekend so I can come back on Monday, absolutely die at work, and then get a break on Tuesday. So, that's the plan, that's the plan. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.